Hey guys, welcome to PCC Student Connect on a Tuesday. And you're probably thinking, where's Hailey? Well, this week we have been crazy and we are finishing up filming for VBS. And so I was trying to get a head start and give her a break so she didn't have to do this. So stay tuned, because if it's just me, who knows what's going to happen. Usually on Tuesdays, we do a recap of what happened on our Bible study, our digging deep through the week that I give you guys every Sunday. And I was prepping it last week and I'm like, Hailey, I'm going to try something different. So I did. Let me show you what I did. I did a paper and you notice how it fits blank. Well, on the paper, one of the things I did at the end says, notice this week's study is different. There's a reason. Ask Gina at pathways.cc and I will send you the complete version. I'm doing a little experiment. You know what that experiment was? I wanted to see how many of you would or do our online Bible study. And I got no response from no one. That bummed me out, to be honest. Really did. Because I've heard so many times, Miss Gina, I want to feed myself. Miss Gina, I don't know where to start. This is just something and a tool that we've put out there. And I wanted to see how much it was being used. And it looks like it's not being used. So I want to encourage you. If you are struggling with your walk, if you are not really sure where to start in God's word and God's truth, these Bible studies that we give you weekly are just nuggets to help your walk, to help you start planning your foundation. So I'm really bummed that a lot of you guys missed this week's lesson. It's an amazing lesson, so therefore I'm still going to go over it because I think it's so important. Luke 23:26 through 43. Jesus forgives his enemies. So today we're going to see that Jesus forgives when it's hard. It's a lot easier to receive forgiveness than to extend it. And we all know that, right? And the story is about Jesus when he is going to be hung on the cross. And the two guys next to him have done some things that they deserve to be charged, or the consequences that they're receiving. But Jesus didn't. Jesus didn't do anything. It talks about him being hurt and Jesus being in so much pain, right? By being nailed to the cross. I want you guys to hear and listen to Jesus' response as they were nailing him to the cross. In Luke 23:34, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Think about it. When someone hurts you, is your first response to forgive them? No, but Jesus does. What a great example. We hear people say mean things to Jesus and say mean and lies about him, right? And again, Jesus, what does he do? He responds with love and kindness and forgiveness. Luke 23:35. And the people stood by, watching, but the rulers scoffed at him, saying, he saved others, let him save himself, if he is the Christ of God, his chosen one. In Luke 23:36 to 37, the soldiers also mocked him, coming up and offering sour wine and saying, if you are the king of the Jews, save yourself. Forgiving doesn't mean that we let someone keep hurting us. No, not at all. But forgiving means not holding a grudge, not letting your heart be bitter towards that person. I don't know about you guys, but I've had people say mean things. Not as mean as what people were saying to Jesus or the mocking that they did. And it is hard to forgive. It is hard not to pull away and isolate yourself. But God does not want us to hold on to grudges. I'm going to keep reading this. Luke 23:39 through 43. One of the criminals who were hanged railed at him, saying, are you not the Christ? Save yourself and us. But the other rebuked him, saying, do you not fear God, since you are under the same sentence of condemnation? And we indeed justly, for we are receiving the due reward of our deeds. But this man has done nothing wrong. He said, Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. And he said to him, truly, I say to you, today you will be with me in paradise. Can you imagine the things that you've done? And just that forgiveness, that grace that God gives us. Jesus' death has allowed us to receive. I know for me, my past was horrible. And I have hurt so many people, not desiring, not wanting to. But when I woke up and realized who I had become and thinking that I was unforgivable, the grace that God showed me has just given me a peace, has given me a freedom that I never knew existed before I got to know who Jesus Christ was. What about you guys? Are you allowing Satan to harden and bitter your heart? When people maybe hurt you physically, hurt you emotionally, or hurt you just by calling you names? I encourage you not to allow Satan to have a foothold on you at all. Don't hold a grudge. Don't be bitter. Pray for them. I want to encourage you to ask God for help if it's hard for you to let go, if it's hard for you to move on. I'm not, again, saying let people hurt you. But what I am saying, don't let that hurt harden your heart. And I want to encourage you to continue to hopefully go onto our Next Gen page, the high school section or junior high section, and click on the Bible studies. Do them, go through them, sharpen your sword. We want you guys to put the armor of God on, know Him better. And the only way we can do that is by spending time with Him. Bye, guys. Now, hopefully some of you guys will do next week's Bible study. And if you don't know where it's at, contact me. Let me know. Hailey and I will get it to you.